welcome back to Moody Simming. I'm Cheska and today I am attempting the 10,000 simoleon challenge, which is just as it sounds really. You have to build a house using only 10,000 simoleons. It has to be fully functioning and include all the types of rooms. So you've got to have your bedroom, your kitchen, your bathroom, living room. So yeah, it's much harder than it sounds, I found, because I like to decorate essentially, and I like to make them look nice and not really care about the money, so it's very strange for me to actually have to think about it when I'm not using this house in particular for a game. And 10,000 is such a strange amount because you get 20,000 to start with. And so yeah, I did find it a little bit challenging and I kept having to change what I wanted to do. And like I say, it's not very well decorated. I would have loved to do some more decorations. I think the only thing I've got is curtains, and some plants as well, I think. And I also forgot to put in lights, so if you do choose to use this house, then you may have to put in some lights. However, there are plenty of windows, which is why I forgot about it, that will keep it light during the day. So yeah, I've uploaded it to my gallery page, which is Cheska Annie, if you want to download it. And yeah, so it's a pretty simple challenge really, once you know what you're doing, and like I said, it's a bit of a challenge, but at the same time it was quite fun trying to decide what to do, trying to get the layout right, which rooms were most important, which appliances I should get. I knew I couldn't afford the most expensive ones, but still I don't like the really cheap ones, the cheap ovens and things, and I'm not keen on the counters that came with City Living that look very shabby. I'm not keen on them, and so I didn't want to use them. And so it was very much a decision between what I wanted to do and what I could actually afford. I think I decided in the end against rugs in general because they were just so expensive for what they were, and I would have rather had a nicer bed or a nicer fridge than having an essentially useless mat. And also at one point I was putting mats in, and then I realised that I hadn't put any flooring in, and I'd said that was much more important. You can probably see all of my mistakes where I've gone, oh no, I've forgotten to do this. And that's one of the reasons why I did the outside first, because that's always the thing I forget. And I think I ended up with 2 simoleons left, so that would have been very bad if I all of a sudden realised, oh no, I've not done the outside, or oh no, I've not put a front door on. So yeah, I went for one of the cheapest doors. Again, came with City Living, like a lot of the things that are quite cheap. I was going to go with the base game cheapest bed, but then I realised how much cheaper the City Living one was. Again, it's the shabby one rather than the proper one, but you can't really tell to look at it. Well, I couldn't anyway. And then here I had a few issues with trying to fit both the mirror and the chest of drawers in, because I have to have a mirror and a chest of drawers in all of my bedrooms. So yeah, because I wanted them to look nice as well, so I found it quite challenging that. And then I had a very difficult decision for the living room as to whether I should buy a television or not, because on the one hand they're quite expensive, and I mean the cheapest one, unless you want the one that's shaped like a penguin, is 500 plus 150 for the television stand. So yeah, it was quite a decision. Yeah, here's me trying to decide if I wanted a rug. I think I decided against it in the end. Yeah, I think I did go with a television in the end, because I had a little bit of money left, and I thought that it was pretty important. I mean, most houses do have a television, especially in The Sims. Yeah. It's the easiest way to get a Sims fun up, isn't it? So I thought it would probably be most useful for anybody who was actually going to use this house. Yes, and I had great difficulty with floorings and wallpapers, because I'm not keen on the cheap ones, and so I wanted to go for the nice posh ones at the bottom that I normally use, but obviously I couldn't afford them. They're like 5 times the price, and These ones, I love this new wallpaper that they brought in with the last patch, oh no, the patch before that. I love them, but I decided on a plainer one in the end because it looked a bit better for the living room. And I like the white carpet for the bedroom, but at the same time it's very white, and I think it kind of shows that the walls aren't quite the same colour, so I like to go for the little bit of the more subtler kind of grey one. And like I say, I normally put rugs and mats in, but I couldn't really afford them. But I did put some curtains in to stop people looking in. I know they don't, but you know, it's just a nice little feature, I always think, and I always think it kind of completes the room a little bit. Yeah, so here's me deciding that I might as well put a telly in. And a couple of plants. I found that you can't put the plants on top of the television stand, which I didn't actually know, which was annoying, but I did manage to squeeze one in beside it and make the living room a little bit nicer. I really like this one, but I then found that I couldn't afford one for all of the windows in the living room, and I thought it would look a bit odd if I left one. Especially as it only left me with 57 simoleons to do anything else, so I decided to go for a cheaper one, and that one was far too big. There was quite a few that were too big, and so I just had to settle on the same ones as I'd used in the bedroom, but in a different colour. And then I just decided to do the same for the bathroom, I think, as well. I suppose at least they all matched then. And then, yeah, I decided to buy one more potted plant for the kitchen, which I thought was quite nice. Then I was left with 2 simoleons, and I wanted to use as much of the money as I could, so I did go on Show All and I looked through everything to make sure there was nothing that I could still afford, but I eventually figured I couldn't. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford, I couldn't even afford flooring, you know, at this point, so I just kind of went against it and moved on to the roof, which is free. So yeah, I was quite pleased with my roof. In the end, I think I did a little bit more editing to it after the video before I took these pictures, which were quite, and I was quite proud of it. It's one of the best roofs I've done, I think, because it looked quite a lot like a roof. Anyway, if you want to download it, it is on the gallery under Cheska Annie, and if not, then I'll just see you next time.